of my YouTube channel. My name is Vick Hason, for those who don't know me, and today yet we have another episode, another live video, live stream about interesting topic about how Gen Zs normally deal with their debts. I don't know how you deal with your debts, but I'm going to share with you, me as a young person, as a Gen Z, and other Gen Zs that are out there, how they normally deal with their debts. So stay tuned to the end because it's going to be amazing. It's going to be so awesome. Thank you so much for those that have been joining my live, because this is almost the 20th live of this YouTube channel, and I'm so happy. I was not expecting to reach this far, starting live videos, because I started knowing nothing, and right now at least I know a little bit of things. I know how to navigate the YouTube interface. I know how to deal with YouTube live. So it's been an amazing journey since I started, and until now I'm still enjoying the process, and I hope in the future we are going to do something great. We're going to build a meaningful community. So if you're going to watch the live offline, maybe you're not watching it right now, still thank you for watching. You can share your opinion on today's topic, which I think it's going to be amazing, especially for those people who are on their early 20s, those people who are on their mid 20s, late 20s as usual, and some, if we are lucky enough to get people who are on their early 30s, again, it will be so amazing, because I'll appreciate if they share also their thoughts on today's topic, because I think they know something more about what we are about to talk about. So it is all about debts. I don't know if you have ever been in a debt. So please don't mind the noises that may be coming around. We have a cattle ranch, or maybe what can I say? We have a place where there are kettles, yeah, farm animals. So you may be hearing a goat, and I've been trying to how to keep with the live and not disturbing our live, but it's been difficult, and I want to do the live stream, but I'm sure it does not disrupting our life. So I think we can just navigate swiftly without the distraction of the goats, the goat. How? What do we call? What do we call the sound that the goat makes? I don't know, because for the dogs is barking, for the cows is mowing. I don't know. For the cat is meowing. I don't know about for the goats. So there are a lot of animals outside my window, so don't mind them. But today, I hope we are going to have an interesting topic that you will be amazed to hear why or how I deal with my debts as a Gen Z, you know, because they are we normally get into debts when we are in need of something, when we want something, not in need, when we want something. And there are different sources of debts here in Kenya. So the first one is phone, mobile app loans. They are everywhere, and they are the ones who most of the time they force you to get a loan. They are just everywhere. They're advertising themselves everywhere, so you can't ignore them. So in one way or the other, you may find yourself into that app acquiring a loan. And some of the apps are Branch, Tala and Zenka. I know all of them because I have interacted with a few, and I've also got a loan from some of them. So, and this is how I'm dealing with them, how I pay my loan. Other than mobile app loans, there are bank loans, whereby now the bank loans it is normally dealt with people who are financially well, people who have, for you to get a loan from a bank, you need to be someone who is financially educated, and other than banks and mobile app loans, we have students who get loans mandatory, by force, by nature. If you qualify to enter the university or college, you can get a loan through help loan, which is a loan that you need to pay. And sad news is that they announced on television and news that if you will be late to pay your help loan, you'll be fined, I think, 2,500 per month. If you are late on payment, you'll be fined when you want to pay your help loan, which again is a sad thing. I don't know how students deal with help loan, because for me, I didn't take, when I was in university, I didn't take help loan. I went to a private university whereby I my the sources of my funding for my school fees, it was personal, you know. Yeah. So today I'm going just to discuss with you. We are going to have a chat on how a Gen Z, a normal Gen Z like me, how I deal with loans, and also I want to hear from you. So for those that are watching, just say hi. I'll appreciate, and we can kick off. Today we are going live for 40 to 30 to 40 minutes, because we are going to have an interesting topic. Even after we finished this topic that we are talking about, we will still talk about some other things that may be interesting, because we normally do romantic comedy, romantic relationship, not romantic comedy, because I normally write scripts about rom-coms. So we normally talk about romantic relationship topics, which we are not doing it today. And yesterday we talked about why I hate politics, why you hate politics, and maybe you don't know the reasons why you hate politics. And today we talk about how I deal with loan as a young person. So someone, Winnie Joakim Wihaki says hi. Hi, Winnie. And Noob Tube says good morning. It is good evening or good afternoon. Right now it is good afternoon. It is not good morning. But thank you for engagement. So I'm going to share with you my 3 reasons how I deal with loans. I said, don't. That is a goat. That is not a person. Don't mind the noises that may be coming as. Yo, okay. So it's morning. So Noob says it's morning. It's morning. Maybe from where? Where are you from? I'm from Kenya. So right now it is afternoon. It is, what is the time? It is 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Yeah. So one of how I deal, the first way of how I deal with debts, as a young person, is I pay. I can decide I pay the loan. I finish the loan. I pay all the money that I got as a debt and remain with nothing. And that may be because of because most of the time some debts that you get are from microfinance organizations, whereby their interest is so crazy. Like, for example, you got a loan of, in Kenyan currency, maybe you got a loan of 5,000. So you're going to pay the loan back with an interest of like 5,000, maybe 500 or 5,000. Oh, no, not 500. 5,000. You got a loan of 5,000, but you're going to pay it as 7,000. So one reason why I may decide to pay the loan, all of it, and remain with nothing, it is because I don't want to get the loan again. I just want to finish with the loan and it's over like that. Another reason it may be I need to pay the loan in full amount so that they can raise me to another level, and then they give me a higher amount of money. So that is the first step, or the first reason, or the first way as a Gen Z, I deal with debt. It's either I pay full amount, I remain with nothing because I don't want to be associated with that debt again, or maybe I pay it in full amount so that they can take me to a higher loan, so that I can get more money. I don't know about you. I don't know how about you, how you deal with debt as a young person. So that is my first way of dealing with debt as a Gen Z, and I know it's like that to all Gen Zs. out there. I know most of them deal with loan like that. So my second way of dealing with debt is ignoring. You know, sometimes I may just get, okay, so I took a loan a while back, and then I did it, maybe I spent the money badly, and then I got another way of finding money, and then I have the money, and then I'm capable of paying the loan back, but I don't want to pay it. So I just ignore it. And that may be because there's no way this loan company may find me, or there is no way they can get access to me. So I just ignore, I don't pay them, and I forget that I took a loan from a certain company. That is another way of dealing with debt, according to me, as a Gen Z. I don't know about you. Yeah, so I just ignore. I just ignore the loan. I don't take. I don't want to pay it back. I don't know about you. So let's go to that way on how I deal with loan as a Gen Z. So the third way is, before I share the third way, because I'm seeing people are watching but they are not engaging. I don't know. I don't know why. Just say something, share your view. Share also, if you're a young person, share also if how you normally deal with your debt as a young person, if you're a young person. And also, if you are old enough, just also share your way on how you deal with debts if you had taken a loan somewhere. So, okay, let's continue with my dad's way of dealing with debt. So my third way is paying the debt in partial manner. So I got a debt, I got a loan, and then I'm going to pay it in small amounts until I finish the actual amount that I got from that loan company. So that is another way of a Gen Z, as a young person like me, deals with the loan. I don't know about you. So those are my three ways of dealing with the loan, with the debt. Okay, so the debt normally comes from a loan. You get a debt when someone gives you a loan from whatever that you acquired from them. So that's how you get into debt. So those are my three ways on how I deal with debts as a young person. So the first way was I pay the full amount. That is because I don't want to be associated with that loan company again, or maybe I just want to be raised to another level to acquire higher amounts of money. The second way is I ignore all. I don't want to pay the loan back. And that is if they don't have access to me. There is no way they can find me, in order to pay the loan. So that is the second way on how I deal with debts. The third way is I pay the debt partially. So that is in small amounts, and then until the right time when I go on to finish the actual amount that I took from that loan company. I don't know about you. Just share with me how you deal with debts, and we can see how to move on with any topic that we may have to talk about today. So that is what I prepared to talk about today. And since it's 14 minutes and we are going live for 30 to 40 minutes, we still have other things that I've prepared that I want to share with you guys. So just say hi if you're joining right now. Just say hi if you're joining right now. I'll appreciate to engage with you. Please share this live to also other people that you may find the live interesting, that may also be engaged to watch, that if they also may find the live to be adding value to them, just share the live to them. So that was just a small topic that I wanted to talk about you today. And that's it. And let's go to our another topic that I want to talk about today. So don't worry that the barking of the dog is disturbing me, because I can hear it clearly. I don't know if you're hearing it, clearly from my microphone. So it has stopped. It has stopped. So I think there it is. Every time when I want to go live, every time when I'm making content, that is when I get such kind of noises. But when I'm relaxed, I'm not doing anything, it is all quiet. But when I'm trying to do something meaningful, that's when I get the barking of the dogs and the goats and the animals around. I think I need to find a way on how I'll be making live streams without the disruptions from the surrounding, because it is so disturbing. So Davian Haman says 6'7" kid, 6'7" kid, 6'9" kid, and 6'1". What is that? I don't know what is that. Davian Haman, I don't know what is that. 6'7" kids. Six. Oh, but I know what is 6'9", because I've seen. Is it 6'9" or 6'7"? Whereby people says, I don't know, 6. Oh, he says 6'7". I've had 6'7". I've not had 6'9", 6'1". Felix Ortiz says Woza. Yo, hello Felix. Is your name Ortiz? Ortiz 4276. I can only see your handles. I don't get to see like your full name. Yeah, Woza. So I think I should reply Woza back. Yeah, I think I should reply Woza back. So let's go to what we wanted to talk about next. So next we were talking about how single people spend their money. Most of it may be let's focus on people who are not they don't have responsibilities, if I may say. Maybe you don't have responsibilities of taking care of your siblings, your parents. Maybe you don't have that kind of heavy responsibility of taking care of anything. So you're just single, but you have money. But there's a trend, there's a generic topic on how single people spend their money. And I'm going to share with you three ways, common ways, and you can see, or you can try to see, you can try to see if you find yourself in there. So Felix Ortiz says, what neighborhood are you in? Neighborhood? Oh, so you're trying to get my location now. I'm in Kenya. I'm in Nakuru City. So I'm in Kenya. I'm in Nakuru City. We are in our home. Yeah, that's why we have neighbors. It is a well-spaced area, so that's why we have neighbors keeping kettles around. Yeah, you cannot keep kettles in apartments. Yeah, that's why you can hear the noises from the goats, barking of the dogs, but I'm sure they're not disrupting our life. Kenya, yeah, I'm from Kenya. I hope you two are from Kenya. I hope you're from Kenya too. Felix Ortiz, I hope you're from Kenya too. Tell me if you're from Kenya. But I know you're from Kenya because Ortiz is Kenyan. Ortiz, but not that Ortiz. Hey, you're welcome. Oh, thank you so much. You're welcome too. You're welcome too. But I think the Ortiz you've twanged. Ortiz, it is O-T-I-Z. Z, not OR. But if it is just for swag, then it's cool. Okay? So, how do single people spend their money? If you're single, please share with me one thing that you think I, you know, identifies you, or maybe tells everything about you on how you spend your money as, or how you see yourself spending your money as a single person. So a single person is someone who doesn't have a wife or maybe a girlfriend, so they're not in any kind of relationship, so they're just single. So the number one way of how single people with no responsibilities spend their money is spending it with friends. That is the number one thing that I know. Single people with no responsibilities, they spend their money with friends. It can be going to trips, it can be, you know, just hanging out, eating good food, buying stuff, spending money on video games, in any kind of enjoyment. That is how single people with no responsibilities do with their money. They spend it with friends. But I'm sure if you're not single, or maybe if you have responsibilities, maybe you're taking care of your siblings, or maybe your parents, or maybe you have responsibilities of taking care of something, even if it's paying your school fees, you will not have that you will not have that time of spending your money with friends, because it will be needed to be spent somewhere else. So you will not be able to spend it with your friends. Let's go to the second way that how single people spend their money, single people with no responsibilities. The second way of how they spend their money is they buy whatever they want, not whatever they need. There's a difference between a want and a need. So a single person with no responsibilities, they may spend their money on fashion. So that is new clothes, new shoes, watches, just to be on trends. And it doesn't matter whether it is a gent or it is a lady, but they will spend their money on fashion. Another thing is they will buy accessories, whether it is a latest phone that has come out, but I know most Kenyans don't afford to buy iPhone. What is iPhone 17 or iPhone 16? But maybe if you are privileged, maybe if you have that kind of money, because most people from the up areas, Maju in the US, where the iPhones come from in the China, they get the phones through loans. And that is one thing many people don't understand. They get to afford iPhones, latest iPhone upgrades through the loans. So they may. Can you hear the dog barking, please? I'm sorry for the disruptions, okay? So I think we can. Let me check if I can find someone to help me reduce at least the barking of the dogs. But I think it has stopped. Okay, let's continue before it started again. So most people acquire iPhones through loans. Oh God. I think I need to change my location so that you do not get disturbed by the barking of the dogs. But I hope you're not. Yeah, I hope you're still on point. Okay, so you're not disrupted. So let's continue. How do people get iPhones? I said here in Kenya we buy cash, but from where they come from, maybe in China, maybe in the US, American countries, American states, they get the iPhone or the phones through loan. So that is, maybe they may have a late version or a previous version of an iPhone phone, and maybe they want an upgrade. They want to get the latest version of an iPhone. So they will just go to the shop, they exchange their previous version of iPhone, and then they get the latest one. Maybe with a few dollars, or maybe they're going to pay it slowly. It is not a one payment way. So they will get the iPhone through. Here in Kenya we say lipa mdogo mdogo, but when it comes here in Kenya we don't get you know an iPhone with that kind of way, like paying it in small amounts. Here in Kenya you need to buy it fully, you need to buy it cash, and it's so expensive. That's why in Kenya most people cannot afford to buy iPhones. And that is why not everyone can afford iPhone. So on the topic that we are talking about is most single people who don't have responsibilities, they can buy whatever they want, not whatever they need. But most of them, they cannot afford to buy iPhones because we have enough phones. We have different types of Androids, iOS, and we are good with them. We are satisfied with whatever that we have. But most young people, most single people with no responsibilities, they buy whatever they want and they spend their money with friends. And thirdly, before I say it, if you're single, please share with me how you think. What is one thing that makes you? What is one thing that you see when you spend your money as a single person? Share with me how you think. Okay, so what is one thing that you spend your money on as a single person with no responsibilities? Just share with me before I share my third point and before we move on to our next topic. Today we have several topics. The first one was about how young people deal with debts, and the second thing we are talking about right now, it is how single people with no responsibilities spend their money, because they share common traits, they share common behavior. Then thirdly, we are going to have another topic that is interesting again. So on this, we have shared 2 points on how single people with no responsibilities, they spend their money. One is they buy whatever they want. The second thing is they spend their money with their friends. And the third point here is they eat whatever they want. It is simple as that. Every single person with no responsibility, they eat whatever they want, unless maybe they want to be on diet, maybe they want to start working out, as their goal when they are starting their year. But most of them, they normally eat whatever they want. They are, they don't have responsibilities of doing maybe shopping to store them at home, because they have money. The stomach is only theirs. They only have one stomach to serve. So they can eat everywhere. They can eat anything. They can experience new foods that they may think it is interesting. So Anadengo says hi. Sorry if I read your name bad, because I'm only seeing the handle, I'm not seeing the full name. Just says hi. So hi, Amambili. Amambili. You know what Amambili means in Kenya? It is Amambili, sorry. Amambili means in Kenya, it means two. Mbili is two in Kenya. But yours is Amabili, so sorry for the confusion. So that is 3 ways of how single people with no responsibilities, they share their money, because those are the common traits. You can hear the dogs barking. Sorry for that. We're going to change our location next time, so that you may not get disrupted with the noises that we are having today. So we are going live for 30 to 40 minutes, and it's already 30 minutes. So we are remaining with 10 minutes. So feel free to share your opinion on today's topic. We have talked about how young people, Gen Zs, they deal with debts, and also how single people with no responsibilities, they spend their money. And we have one last topic remaining before we end our live, and before we end our live. And I'll appreciate if you share anything that you want us to talk about, because this is the entire purpose of having of having this live chat, this live stream, is to get opinion, is to talk with, is to have a chat with young people, you know, to get to hear your side, to get to hear my side, and to get to have a meaningful conversation with no BS, you know, with no BS, with no BS. Okay, so as we wait on that, let's go to our third topic. So our third topic is about budgeting. I know we are not professional when it comes to deal with our own money, on how we are going to spend our money, on how we are going to split. Maybe you got a salary and you're thinking on how you're going to split your salary to cater for your needs. So we don't have, most of us don't have that kind of education whereby we can act as professional. So, okay, I'm going to share with you roughly on how I budget my stuff, you know. So I have rules when I get my money. I have rules when I get my salary, my payment. So the first rule is don't spend much, don't spend more than you get. Okay? Don't spend more than you get. Another way on how another rule is split your money into 60-20-20 ratio. 60-20-20 ratio. So you need to spend 60, invest 20, and save 20. Use 60% of your money, of your salary, save 20%, and invest 20%. That is my rule when I get the money. So that is like a budget for me. When I get the money, I make sure 60% I've catered for my needs, because you need to spend more for you to be productive, you know, for you to be not limited. But if you spend more and the next time when you get your next payment or your salary, and then you still have the backup, you still have whatever that you used your money for when you had the last salary, it is still a saving, because now you're going to save more or to invest more. So that is how I budget how I budget my money. I don't know about you. Please share with me how you do budgeting with your money, how you spend your money, you know, what is the first thing, or what are some of the rules that you have when you get your first salary? You know, what is your first rule when you get your salary? For you to be able to have your money in control, for you to be able not to allow the money to talk to you. You know, because most of the time, young people, they may think they have control of their money, but money talks to people. You may start to think about things that you think are meaningful, but in real sense they don't make any sense. But that is just money. Money doesn't want to sit on anyone, doesn't want to stay in the pockets of anyone. Money wants to be used. Yeah, that is the topic, budgeting. So if you have opinions on that, I'll be happy to engage with it. Please share it on the comment section, and I'll be happy to reply back. So those are the three topics that we had to talk about today, and I think we are done. We are remaining with 7 minutes to end our live. And thank you so much for those that have engaged. You know, for the one that has joined, thank you so much. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment, share the live, you know, so that you do not miss the next time we are going live again. So if you are new to this live, welcome. You are welcome. And if you are a subscriber, welcome home, welcome back. But if you are new, welcome. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, and let's create a meaningful connection. Those are my three topics that I had today. I don't know about you, so just say hi if you're joining in. you're joining in right now, sorry, we are occupied. There are some people in the house today, and they may be around the house, so you may be hearing a lot. I don't know about today's live. I've done 3 topics. We normally do 1 topic and the live is over. But today we have done 3 short ones. So the first topic, if you missed, the first topic was about how young people at Gen Z spend their money, deal with debts. And then the second topic was about how single people with no responsibility, they spend their money. And the third topic is budgeting. I've shared with you my rule when I get my money. I split my money into 60-20-20 rule, whereby I spend 60, I save 20, I invest 20. And also my other rule is I don't spend more than I get. So I normally spend on the things that I need, not the things that I want. Because the things that I need will save me in the future. But the things that I want will just satisfy me in this moment, and then the next moment I'm suffering again. I'm in need of something else again. Yeah, and that's it. That's all for today's video. So we are on 36 minutes. We were going live for 30 to 40 minutes. So you can it is okay. Right now it is okay. Okay. I've seen a message here. Where's the message? Felix Ortiz said something. Said something that I may something that I may want to see. I don't know. Okay. I got a message. From. Okay, so I think it's okay. We can end the live right now. Thanks so much for the ones that have watched. Thanks so much for the ones that are still joining. Please subscribe, leave a like, so that you do not miss the next time we are going live. So let me check something, and then let me check something, and then we can. Before we end our live, okay, let me check something here. Just a minute. Just a minute. I think I can. Okay, I needed a biro, but Also, it's already 40 minutes. So I think we can end the live right now. But just a minute, I'm going to check for something. I'm going to check for something here. I'm going to check for something before we end the live. So thank you so much for those that have engaged. Thank you, Amanda, what? Felix. Thank you, Felix. Thank you, Davin, Haman. Thank you, NoobTube. Thank you, Winnie. I've enjoyed today's live. Thank you for engaging. Thank you for sharing your chats. Thank you for sharing your views. Just subscribe, leave a like if you have not yet, and so that you do not miss the next time we are going live. Because we normally go live. I can say daily. Or maybe sometimes it is in a week. I can go live. A week has 7 days, so I can go live for 5 days. Yeah, I can go live for 5 days. Just feel free to share your view on today's live. We still have time. Before we end the live. It is already 43 minutes. So thank you for the ones that are joining. If you're new to the live, please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I will appreciate. I don't know how you normally get. I don't know how you normally get my live, because when I'm streaming vertically, it is normally you're normally going to see me on a shorts feed. But when I'm recording horizontally, you're going to see me on the normal feed of where you post the videos. Okay. So I think you can end the live right there. For the one that is still watching, please leave a like, subscribe, comment so that I can get you. You can watch me on the next live. You can have a conversation. The next live that we will be having. So if you have not subscribed, please leave a like, subscribe, comment, share, and I'll see you in the next live. Peace. Bye.